95% of the withdrawal agreement and its protocols are now settled. There is one real sticking point left, but a considerable one, which is how we guarantee that in the unlikely event our future relationship is not in place by the end of the implementation period, there is no return to a hard border between Northern Ireland and Ireland. The original backstop proposal from the EU was one we could not accept, as it would mean creating a customs border down the Irish Sea and breaking up the integrity of our United Kingdom. I do not believe that any UK Prime Minister could ever accept this, and I certainly will not. The EU argue that they cannot give a legally binding commitment to a UK-wide customs arrangement in the withdrawal agreement, so their original proposal must remain a possibility. Furthermore, Mr. Speaker, people are understandably worried that we could get stuck in a backstop that is designed only to be temporary. And there are also concerns that Northern Ireland could be cut off from accessing its most important market, Great Britain. First, we must make the commitment to a temporary UK-EU joint customs territory legally binding, so the Northern Ireland-only proposal is no longer needed. The second step is to create an option to extend the implementation period as an alternative to the backstop. Mr. Speaker, I've not committed to extending the implementation period. I do not want to extend the implementation period, and I do not believe that extending it will be necessary. By far the best outcome for the UK, for Ireland and for the EU is that our future relationship is agreed and in place by the 1st of January 2021. So what I'm saying is that if at the end of 2020 our future relationship was not quite ready, the proposal is that the UK would be able to make a sovereign choice between the UK-wide customs backstop or a short extension of the implementation period. The third step, Mr. Speaker, is to ensure that were we to need either of these insurance policies, whether the backstop or a short extension to the implementation period, we could not be kept in either arrangement indefinitely. We would not accept a position in which the UK, having negotiated in good faith an agreement which prevents a hard border in Northern Ireland, nonetheless finds itself locked into an alternative, inferior arrangement against our will. The fourth step, Mr. Speaker, is for the Government to deliver the commitment we have made to ensure full continued access for Northern Ireland's businesses to the whole of the UK internal market. When I stood in Downing Street and addressed the nation for the first time, I pledge that the government I lead will not be driven by the interests of the privileged few, but of ordinary working families. And that is what guides me every day in these negotiations. And if doing those things means I get difficult days in Brussels, then so be it. The Brexit talks are not about my interests, they are about the national interest and the interests of the whole of the United Kingdom. Serving our national interest will demand that we hold our nerve through these last stages of the negotiations, the hardest part of all. It will mean not giving in to those who want to stop Brexit with a politician's vote. Politicians telling the people they got it wrong the first time and should try again. And it will mean focusing on the prize that lies before us, the great opportunities that we can open up for our country when we clear these final hurdles in the negotiations,